Is monogamy a thing of the past? As some of you may know, I am recently out of a 3-year relationship and feeling pretty good about the move. One of my dreams in life has always been to meet the love of my life, partner in crime, travel the world together, settle down, and live out my life with my best friend and partner. As the years go by, I believe less and less that this will ever happen. I am 22 and have had a 1.5 year long relationship, and a 3-year along with some other shorter stints here and there of 3 to 6 months. In every relationship, I have been cheated on, and only in one of them was I the other guy she was technically cheating with. Looking at my friends' relationships, a lot of my friends from high school were great guys. We all wanted to meet someone and were all super faithful to our girlfriends. All of us got cheated on. Most of them are now complete assholes because of it, and I fully support their decision. I went that path for a bit too and am thinking of going back. Looking at recent marriages and even the marriages of just people I know, I can't find one that doesn't include infidelity. I literally can't even name one relationship that I know in depth where the woman has never thought of or has never directly cheated. When most women watch the movie Titanic, they see a romantic love story between Jack and Rose. I see a gold-digging cheater who should have given Jack the place on that door. A while back I saw an article about bachelor and bachelorette party cheating on men's health. It said that roughly 60% of men and 80% of women do something that would constitute as cheating under normal circumstances, but that they feel it's okay because it's their one last hurrah. If the epitome of ultimate commitment means an 80% chance of having the ultimate betrayal occur just days before, then what is the freaking point? So, is the risk even worth the reward? Everything can be changed with mindset, and right now I am a guy who's never cheated or lied to a girlfriend and paid a huge price for it. I'm really considering just taking the dream of getting married, kids, and a lifelong loyal relationship off the table. With my generation, I just don't think that is possible. What do you think? P.S. I'm looking at getting a baby husky. I love dogs and have been looking for about 6 months. If I have any shot at having a lifelong, loyal companion, it'll be my up. Nothing here on the relationship, but travel the world and husky don't go together. Is it that monogamy is dead, or that the 15 to 25 demographic have raging hormones and underdeveloped views or behaviors regarding sex and relationships? I was cheated on at that age. As me and my friends grew up, it became much less common. As you get older, people tend to be more confident and decisive with their relationships, ending things that don't work rather quickly rather than ignoring the hardship of breaking up. I could definitely make it work. A person's past is just as important as a person's future. I wouldn't want anything to do with a person who did porn, was a prostitute, or a serial one-nighter. If they change at 25, they're still the same person. I keep giving advice to my brother all the time to stop dating girls that have kids. He's 24. All of them are just looking for a money maker and a new baby daddy. He dated a girl a few years ago who was 30, who was basically looking for anyone who wanted a kid. This is the type of new change of mindset I see as the big 3-0 approaches. I'd rephrase this as what a person learns from their past is important to their future. Judge people based on how they reacted to their past, not what they did in their past. Who I am today is barely recognizable from who I was 10 years ago. You just have to find the right girl. I have been in a relationship for about 4 years. She really is a great girlfriend, even though sometimes she pisses me off to no end. When she is out of town, I realize what a freaking mess I am without her. I am the most disorganized person on earth. I stay up late, I sleep until noon, I have drink cups and trash all around the bed, I don't go to my office, I just get my netbook and bring it in the room, I don't work out, I don't shave, I go out and get shitty food for every meal. It's effing strange. I truly believe that men are meant to have women keep them in line. I think it is still very possible to find that dream that you are looking for. I'm doing it as I write this. I met my now wife when we were 23, got married, have a 6-month-old son, and have some land where we will build our dream home in a couple of years and live out the rest of our lives, when we're not traveling. Of all my aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, grandparents, great-aunts, great-uncles etc. basically everyone in my family immediate or other has a strong marriage with no cheating and no divorce other than 2 couples. And those 2 ended not because of cheating but because they were lazy and didn't work on their marriage. Good advice I got is that even after you are married, you don't stop courting the lady. I know why all these marriages in my family are successful, not that there isn't struggles at times, we're all human and conflict will always happen from time to time, but understandably we can't speak of anything religious in posts on this forum. So I'm not sure how much I could say. You can PM me if you want. What I can say is that while that dream doesn't exist as much in our modern culture, it still does exist. You may just be looking in the wrong circle of people. I think your dream is great, and I urge you not to give up on it even though it seems unlikely right now. I was in a low place in my life just before I met my wife, basically had one friend, didn't know what I was doing with life, and had given up most but not all hope of finding the right woman. But I was hanging out with that friend who shared a basement suite with his sister. His sister invited a friend over and that was it. Love at first sight. It's amazing how out of the blue it can happen. Don't give up. If you are interested in open relationships, I have some resources that may be of assistance. I am in a monogamous marriage, but have read a great deal on the matter and considered this road, and would say that this lifestyle is very fascinating, but has its own challenges in maintaining like jealousy issues and whatnot. I don't really feel like debating whether monogamy or polyamory is better, but will provide you with some eye-opening resources. Amazing thread on how Johnny maintains non-exclusive relationships. Rule 1. I will be no woman's only male lover. Rule 2. Every girlfriend must commit to do her best to get along with my other girlfriends. Check it out. I would also check out Caleb's blog at. His whole blog is basically dedicated to open relationships and I would especially recommend this particular post. You will most likely have to refer to the glossary if you are unfamiliar with PUA pickup artist acronyms. He also has some ebooks that if you are serious about getting into this realm. There are books like Nice, I hear what you're saying because I have been in your shoes. The people who have never been cheated on are usually the ones who are quick to give advice like get over it, or big deal. I'm not by the way trying to belittle the other people who have commented in this thread. I am just speaking from experience of how these issues are usually dealt with when told to other people. To know what it is truly like to be cheated on, you must have experienced it firsthand. It is indeed one of the most awful things one human can do to another. Are there different degrees to it? Sure. When you've known each other for a couple of months, it might not be that much of a big deal to most. You then just realize that person is not for you. But when you have been together with someone for years and truly love them, the pain is indescribable. You wrote, I am the same way actually. It always irritates me how Hollywood and TV always romanticizes cheating done by women, as if it's a natural thing to do. For some reason, this is very prevalent in chick flicks, but also in other movies. I remember watching Minority Report, with Tom Cruise. There is a scene where a poor chap comes home and finds his wife in bed with a lover. From what I remember, I think he instinctively goes to try to hurt or kill the lover. I was waiting for the lover to get riddled with bullets, but instead, the husband gets it. As if to say, look people, Cheating is okay. Don't ever interfere with a cheating wife. I have seen similar things in so many movies and shows. And strangely enough, if the man is cheating in the movie, however, he always gets dumped, ridiculed, or punished in some way. Why is that? There is a very interesting book you should check out called No More Mr. Nice Guy. It is very well written and talks about these things. How society has changed in the past half of the 20th century to where males have become the weaker sex and is often cheated on if they are too nice. The author doesn't say you should be mean to women, and I am certainly not endorsing that either, lol. I am happily married and love my wife very much. But it's more about not putting women on a pedestal and taking back some of our inherent masculinity. Because women actually don't respect a man that does and says everything she wants. They often want men to take charge and actually make their own choices and decisions. Cheating is nasty, but in my opinion the best remedy is to cheat back, and let the cheater know about it and exactly why, even if you would have never dreamed of doing it to begin with. Fight fire with fire. Just to add context to my opinions, the first girlfriend I ever had cheated on me 3 separate times and I took her back the first 2 times due to my naivety. Our first year together was absolutely perfect and the second year was literally one of the worst of my life. It truly is the most heart-wrenching thing in the world to have your emotions played with like a yo-yo. I absolutely understand the terribleness of it. It's not a fair thing to put anyone through. Luckily I didn't let it jade me and I have 2 beautiful kids with the woman of my dreams now. Much like business, you have to let the failures go and keep putting yourself in a position to hit the home run. I'm gonna be the bad guy here and say that most times, not all. When women cheat, the guy is dropping the ball in some way. Yes, there are serial cheaters out there, but do you think if you are fulfilling her in every way, making her orgasm every day, filling her mental, spiritual, and material needs, she would cheat on you? Be honest now. Sex drive is a factor as everyone is different, but if she is coming enough, I doubt she'd cheat unless she was extremely bored. Now guys on the other hand are dumb and would cheat even if they were f***ing a supermodel. Tiger Woods anyone? Cheating sucks. I don't think I've ever been cheated on, but there's been a couple of instances that sure felt like it. You are grieving. Your perspective is perfectly understandable. Still, here are my thoughts on your thinking. I've never, nor will I ever, cheat on a guy. It has nothing to do with the guy, but a promise made to myself a long time ago. Look for couples who have made it and follow their strategies. Don't listen to your friends or the media, unless they have what you want. The media is selling to you. If you're not finding the woman you want, look somewhere else, a different age group, your hobbies, another country, etc. I'm guessing there are about 3.5 billion women in the world and you are still very young. The odds are in your favor. FYI, I'm a woman, almost 30, not ready for marriage or kids, aspiring millionaire, and hella fun. We exist. Lol. Haha, thanks, but I could never do that. I'm more pushing towards staying out of emotional, committed relationships. I have no idea why it gets written into the scripts that way. It's not that it's in the script that sickens me, it's that the women watching it think about how romantic it is. Sometimes I wonder if I'm the only person who thinks that the female fascination with 50 Shades of Grey is a bit concerning. Accepting that would be like a woman saying to a man, yes, please go watch all the porn you want all day and by all means, think about leaving me for one of them. Sounds like a great book with great advice. I'll check it out. That's the mentality I took on after my first long relationship I was cheated in. It worked so well, that's the advice I give to guys who have trouble talking to girls. It's funny how if you walk up to a random girl at a bar and give her a compliment, she's much more likely to look you up and down and call you a creeper than if you had said, wow, I can't believe they let girls come in here like that. What happened to this place? That's what I tell my single friends to do all the time, and it always works. Why? Because it pisses them off and they start up a convo which they soon realize was playful the whole time. My ex and I split up for 2 months after I found out. During that time, I was with a Puerto Rican girl with a banging body and a thick Spanish accent and had another tall blonde I was going out places with. When my ex found this out, she started showing up in my place and begging to get me back. Do you think those two were on her mind all the time for the next 7 months while we dated? Yup. To her there was no difference between what she did and what I did. She cheated while I was extremely faithful and we were talking about getting married. I hooked up with girls on the rebound post finding out about her while we were not together with no plans of getting back together. Didn't make a difference to her though, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason she cheated again. Never had a problem in this category. The problem in this last relationship was the other way around. She was a very selfish lover and it was one way. She didn't even realize I wasn't enjoying any of it until about a month ago, haha, when I had to tell her directly. But did I cheat because the sex was bad for me but great for her? No. Because I'm not a freaking caveman with shit morals. That's the thing. My friends are starting to get married and every single one of them has had cheating in their relationship and/or marriage. Working through it is not what I want and am looking for. I'd rather just skip the commitment altogether. I'm still waiting for MJ to chime in on marriage, kids, and his experiences and thoughts on the subject. This is basically why I posted my first post. Do you think there is a reason behind this trend? You need to dig a little deeper into these issues. It's very difficult to find a relationship where zero cheating has ever happened. Talks about marriage pre-1960s, the current model, and discusses the future. It's an interesting read. Gotcha. The text in bold is exactly what I see in my life. For me, if there is no commitment both sexually and emotionally, then there is no point. I really don't know what the reason is. I'm not following. I don't get it. That definitely was an interesting read, but 3.0 still doesn't sound appealing at all. It really makes marriage not sound like two people who are indescribably perfect for each other declaring their love, but a business agreement that always loses. I agree with a lot of what you said. The way the media and Hollywood portray relationships is a joke. Like MJ talks about with business, there is a process to get to an end result. You don't just end up with a perfect marriage from the get-go. Hollywood teaches there is no need for honesty and commitment. When things get tough, throw out the spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend and go find someone else. Rinse and repeat. Pretty hollow life. However, I can't agree with this. If you do that, you're no better than the one who cheated in the first place. It's not going to get you anywhere except more pain and hurt feelings, and a selling out of your soul. Take the high road. Don't stoop to the level of someone that would do that in the first place. From my take, there has to be a girl out there who won't cheat, and have the correct mindset. I am nearing 25 and haven't had a relationship since when I was around 19. Many of my friends break up, and have the need to be with someone else. That has never been me, and I have met many girls, but had no interest in forming a relationship with any of them. The way I see it, if I can't see myself together with a person in the long run, there is no sense in a relationship, period. Too much time wasted. I'm sure there is a right girl, but will I take my time and look for it? Nope. Goals have to be met. You sound like one of the good guys, as I have been called a lot. The type who would give the world to the girl if he could. The same way, there has to be a girl out there. You're still young, man. Sent from my iOS-powered Android. Excuse you're young. I know that's an arrogant thing to say to someone older than myself, but it's the truth. Your hormones are aging, so are hers. We younger people have an odd sense of the world where we think that there's an acceptable way to have our cake and eat it too, which there is. It's called polyamory, And if you really want to escape the emotional and physical boundaries of traditional dating, you could do that. It's harder than it sounds, though. Either way, you need to find a girl who shares the same values as you do. May I suggest nerd girls? They hang around in bookstores and tend to have or be on their way to having good careers, so they won't be relying on your fast lane money. I'm a nerd to the core. I know like 20 programming languages. I read quantum physics books in my spare time. I can do master's level calculus. And I can't freaking stand the other people who do the same. Why? Because I'm a very social person. I love parties. I love going to clubs and letting loose. Can I stay in on a Friday or Saturday and work on my company? Of course, I do it all the time, haha. Thanks for all the comments, guys. Monogamy is not dead. I guess you just have to meet the right person. There are people out there who aren't cheaters. Don't waste your time with cheaters. I love the partner in crime way of putting it. We will always have each other's backs. She developed a heart condition a few years ago, and she's still not really getting better. Our battle with it has sucked. I mean, it just outright sucks, the whole thing, but I think it also brings you closer together. I feel like I could go to war with her. It's a process. I think it's after life has made you eat shit by the ton that you mutually realize this is it. This is the person. I mean, we both thought it was so in terms of our emotions, our passion. But to quote the great bard of our time, at some point it's either put up or shut up. You're in or you're out. I remember it both kind of clicked for us on the same day. We realized that we both had someone who wouldn't ever stop fighting for the other. That's a great feeling. That's the payoff. We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. Annie Eisnin. I think it also depends where you live. Suburbs and small towns are often filled with more monogamous people. I know plenty of people in my age group of 20 to 30 that have been with the same boyfriend or girlfriend since high school, got married, etc. Happens all the time in small towns. In fact, where I live, I'm shocked how monogamous people are, seriously, and that's one reason I want to move. Breakups are rare, and it's hard to date unless you're in the college scene here. It's like everyone just gets married happily ever after here. I can easily think of at least 10 people who are my age who have been happily married or together with their boyfriend or girlfriend for over 10 years. I'd say look at the statistics on where you live by searching stuff like % married couples, city or cities with most married couples, etc. That should give you an idea. Check out this map. For example, that little dark blue spot in the western part of California is where I live, and the percent corresponds pretty accurately to what I've seen there. Most big cities are colored lighter, whereas rural or inland areas are darker. So if you live in Hollywood, and you're wondering why relationships don't last, well, no wonder. And here's another article. This is pessimistic crap. There are plenty of women who never want to have sex, and because of this they won't cheat. So I guess you'll be a Walter then, no worries for you. Double post, sorry. LOL, that's just because they are married. What's the unnatural force that completely destroys a woman's sex drive? A wedding ring. I don't know if I should wade into this, but I will. Your definition and drive for monogamy has to have a basis in your core convictions, the deepest part of you gut. You need to find someone with the similar core conviction. We all have messed up pasts, daddy issues, and toxic ways of thinking that are thorns in the bottom of our feet as we walk through this life. We live in a world that tells us to look for marriage material in physical attraction, humor, money, and a deep unexplainable spiritual connection. All of these things really rely on your perspective of the other person, and if you feel that magical feeling between the two of you. All we really have is our perspective. I would focus on your perspective and your way of thinking or filters. I honestly believe that the greatest thing you can do to prepare yourself for a lifelong relationship, if that is what you are after, is we find the issues that shape us by questioning ourselves. What are some of the shaping experiences in your life and how do they control your thinking? How do you deal with pain and things not going your way? Is it the response you want? How do I change the way I subconsciously respond and react to people and/or situations? What are my core beliefs? Which of these will I not give an inch on for any reason? What are my goals, both long-term and short-term? Will I give up any of these for another person? When you become a whole person, relationship with others becomes so much easier to interpret because you are a walking, talking version of your deepest core beliefs and convictions. When you do this, people come to you and they love you because you offer something they want: a healthy mind, peace, and a content attitude toward yourself. From that place, you determine the boundary and depth of relationship with others, and ultimately, you will find someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Or you won't, but either way, you will be content because you are you. Man, that sounded way too guru-ish, lol. Wow, that's incredible, and what you have is real. I'm sorry to hear she has a heart condition. She's lucky to have a person like you beside her. Ha ha ha, not cool. I don't want to be a Walter. In fact, I don't want to even be a List, ha ha. What I was trying to say before, is I'm a combination of Walter and Chad, with different liabilities. I'm a Walter White. Ha ha ha, exactly what I do, but I'm not seeing anyone with the same convictions. The people that are getting married for all the wrong reasons. It seems like 1% of people out there are actually in it because of an undeniable, core attraction. I've known exactly what I want in a partner since I was 16. That sounds weird, but what I've want has never changed. I met a girl within a year that was exactly who I thought was my dream girl. Everything good about her was exactly the type of person I want to spend the rest of my life with, but she cheated and was a compulsive liar behind the scenes. What we had wasn't real, and it was because I was in the dark that I thought I had hit a home run. I'm 22, not religious, very intellectual, very social with people who aren't intellectual. I'm a college dropout who hates college, entrepreneur, etc. etc. When you take in all the factors, the pool of possible people who I'd mesh with gets astronomically small. College girls and I are on a complete different wavelength. Most non-college girls don't have any goals and are happy working at Starbucks. I'm screwed, ha ha. Lol, I don't know if nerd girls is the right term, but I see what you mean. Although, I personally know a few girls who are models, but are nerds, founders of large businesses in Toronto. They definitely are not dime a dozen. So, you're saying that other people who can do the same things aren't social people? As if you're so special? I can guarantee you'll be able to find a girl who does the same things and is a party person. But you don't seem like you're ready to settle down just yet, even though you'd like to. So don't. Yes and no. There are a lot of people like me here on this forum. But yes, all of us are special breed. I've been ready to settle down since I hit puberty, haha. I've never been trying to just play the field and don't want to. By nerd I thought you meant bookworms. Most people are either all or nothing. My wife and I met when I was 20 and she was 19. We got married when I was 26 and she was 25. We barely spoke in the 5 years between us meeting and getting together. She went on multiple dates with a plethora of guys. But she had liked me back then and she compared others to me, and none of them made it past the first date. I am not trying to brag about me being awesome, but encourage you to set the bar high, be true to yourself and realize that you have years to find the one. Every time you see someone get married for the wrong reason, consider it one less fish for you to have to choose from. And freaking enjoy your 20s. Marriage is a life-altering event, so take advantage of your own schedule, being able to live on near nothing and chasing all your dreams without anyone else to consider. Most people want a degree, a job, a 401k and a happy retirement. Most men and most so you don't want most women, because they want the slow lane and the slow life. They don't want risk, reward, and excitement. So don't waste your time with them. I would also advise you expand your horizons. Get out of town. Check out people your age in other cities, schools, hangouts. You are thinking with a narrow mind when you have probably 500 million women in the world within the age range you are looking. I don't know, man. Looking for a serious girlfriend at the same time as building a fast lane life for yourself often causes some emotional conflicts of interest within oneself. Do you love the girl, or do you love the business, and what sacrifices would you make to make sure that you get to keep either one or both? The answer is not as easy as some people think. Long-time lurker here that decided to finally post because I've witnessed the same topic presenting itself in my life and others fairly recently. I'm a very strong believer in monogamy and know that it is still possible in this age to be content with one significant other. I've been with my girlfriend, soon-to-be wife, a very long time and have been through many wonderful experiences as well as blunders that I wouldn't trade for anything. Many people have asked me why I believe in monogamy so strongly and I answer simply because I see the benefits and am living it. Because of this I decided to write a small ebook about my relationship and why many relationships fail and how to avoid mishaps I or some close friends have experienced. It's for men that don't believe monogamy can exist in this age, but I think anyone would enjoy it. I would like to share the early version of my book if that is allowed and someone can inform me how to protect myself from having it copied. I'm not too sure of the rules of the forum being new, so if this isn't appropriate just let me know. I looked through them and didn't see anything. P.S. Not trying to thread jack or self-promote. The whole purpose of me writing the book was so others could experience a successful relationship as I have. I'm in my 40s, and had a fairly active dating life until I married. I've never cheated on anyone, not any boyfriend, and certainly not on my husband. We've been together almost 20 years. If I were unhappy enough to cheat, I'd just leave. That's the way it should be, I know. But here's something to consider. Look at your cheating girlfriends. Were they honorable people in ways unrelated to their relationship with you? If they received too much change from a store, would they inform the clerk? If they found a wallet on the sidewalk, would they return it unmolested? Did they treat you fairly in other ways, or did they take more than they gave? In short, did you find them lying, cheating or behaving in less than honest ways with their friends, family, employers and random strangers? The truth is this, dishonorable behavior is seldom limited to one area. I bet if you look back, you'll notice numerous clues that your girlfriends were less than honest and faithful. The secret is to make note of those things, and run for the hills, before you get locked into a relationship with such people. And you can't be distracted by a vivacious personality, a hot body, or a pretty face. Those things mean SHT if the person is ugly on the inside. Here's the thing. Attractive, nice girls actually do exist, but you'll never find them if you're wasting your time with women who lack character. I've always chosen to stay true to my childhood goals, and none of girls I've considered understand it. I've been told I'm obsessed with money, a workaholic, etc. I have yet to find a girl with my same vision. Recently I was talking to a girl with great personality, gorgeous looks, sexy voice but different perspectives. Insert forever alone meme here, sorry for thread jacking. Sent from my iOS-powered Android.